At this point, most of you probably already know what Lao Gan Ma is. But whenever we talk about this stuff, some confusion always arises about which Lao Gan Ma. Because there are more than one Lao Gan Ma products, and to be honest, their English translation is kind of confusing sometimes. So to clear the air a bit, we bought every single Lao Gan Ma products, even the Hotpot Bases. So we'll go over what each one is, talk a little bit about how it's used in the context of Guizhou cuisine, and because Lao Gan Ma is such a classic rice killer, so we'll also do a little taste test and rank them on how well they go with rice. First things first, 油辣椒, the foundation of Lao Gan Ma, that is Guizhou style chili oil. 油辣椒 chili oil is one of the cornerstone ingredients in Guizhou cooking. This chili oil, together with all its variations, are very classic condiments and dipping sauces in Guizhou food. You will see it used as toppings in rice noodles, such as the famous lamb rice noodle soup, or in liangban dishes, such as the rice tofu that we did recently. The core of 油辣椒 is oil flavor with aromatics, then fried with deep roasted chilies and some other seasonings. It's the kind of condiments and ingredients that you can build from this base and create a ton of variation. And it's one of those variations that put Lao Gan Ma on the map. That is 风味豆豉油辣椒, chili oil with black beans. This is the OG Lao Gan Ma, what you will see at convenience stores throughout China. It's a combination of the 油辣椒 chili oil with fermented soybean. It's a very common and widely used combo, most often seen in rice noodles or liangban cold dishes. But you can also use this as a base for stir fries. But of course, the version that's most talked about on English internet is, of course, spicy chili crisp. 香辣脆油辣椒 in Chinese. Its name contains two parts. First half, 香辣脆, which is chili chips. It's a kind of snack in Guizhou, and you can learn more about it up here. And the second half is 油辣椒, which is chili oil. So in essence, this is a combination of the 香辣脆 chili chips and the 油辣椒 chili oil. This seemed to be the most popular Lao Gan Ma products abroad. It got that distinct fried chili crisp and that oniony taste. And we find that works really well as a sub for the Sichuan 熟油辣子 cooked chili oil. Now, a quick confession. A while back, we showed you guys how to make the Lao Gan Ma style 油辣椒 at home. And we called that one chili crisp, even though we're not making this 香辣脆油辣椒. But of course, the bottles we got here obviously don't have any English on them, so apologies for the mix-up. After introducing the big three Lao Gan Ma products, let's have a taste test on rice. Here we have some rice with a fried egg because that's especially good with Lao Gan Ma. And we'll put each product in 4 categories, which are very good on rice, less good on rice, why is this on rice, and don't even put this on my rice. First up, let's try 油辣椒 chili oil. This is very good on rice. Next one, chili oil with black beans. Just a little bit. I got 16 products to walk through. This is also really good on rice. Some people may have a little bit problem with like the slightly sour aftertaste of the black beans, but I think it's also really great with rice. Next one, the spicy chili crisp, everyone's favorite. Personally, I think the spicy chili crisp is also, it's still good on rice, but in comparison, it's like slightly less good on rice. So don't yell at me, I'm gonna put it in the less good on rice category. Sorry. Okay, moving on. Let's walk through the rest of the 油辣椒 chili oil products. Number 4, 辣三丁油辣椒, or as they call it, hot chili sauce. This is the version that we based on in our homemade Lao Gan Ma video. It got 3 add-ins, which are peanut, firm tofu jerky, and fermented turnip. And those are the 三丁, which means 3 dices in Chinese. And I believe I've seen some people call it 3 mixes in English too. It's quite chunky and got a pretty balanced flavor. And now let's give it a try. Okay, got it. Alright, so this one's pretty good, especially with the fermented turnip. It got some like little pop of flavor. So I'll also put this in very good with rice category. Alright, number 5, 风味鸡油辣椒 or chili oil with flavorful chicken. This comes from a classic variation of the 油辣椒 chili oil in Guizhou. That is 鸡辣椒, which literally means chicken chili. So it's a combo with chili oil and chicken bits in it, and some people even just eat it straight up as a snack. But not really recommended because it's a little bit too salty. But now let's try it on rice. It's a little bit difficult to do it around here. Ooh, chicken. I mean, I kind of understand there's like chickens in it. Boom. This one has a stronger Sichuan peppercorn flavor. It's also pretty good, but slightly less good than the other very good on rice. So personally, I'll kind of put it at the less good on rice. Maybe less good on rice +1. So right, okay, now venturing into the new territory, stuff that I haven't tried. Excited. Okay, number 6, 干煸肉丝油辣椒, chili oil with dry fried pork slivers. This falls into the same category as the previous one, the chicken chili, but instead of chicken, this has pork slivers. Now let's give it a go. Ooh, pork. Okay, this one also got a pretty strong Sichuan pepper kick. It's slightly more savory than the chicken chili one, so I'll put it above it, so it gets into the very good on rice category. Okay, number 7, 肉丝豆豉油辣椒, chili oil with pork slivers and fermented soybeans. This one's also very similar with the previous one, the pork sliver one, but on top of chili oil and pork slivers, it got fermented soybean, so let's give it a go. So this one's pretty good too, but the soybean has like more an obvious taste and blends less good with the rice, so I'll put it in the less good with rice category. Alright, so number 8, 精致牛肉末豆豉油辣椒. So chili oil with minced beef and fermented soybeans. Yes, this is very similar to number 7, but instead of pork, here's minced beef, and now let's give it a go. The beef one's really good on rice, yes. The beef one blends really well with rice, and because also it's minced, so the sauce itself like really blends in with rice grains. So it's like really good on rice. I'll put it in the first category. So number 9, 香菇油辣椒. This seemed to be a newer product that's developed by Lao Gan Ma, and it's a combo with shiitake mushrooms and chili oil and fermented soybean. And Chris has been really enjoying this one, and let's see how well I like it. This one's pretty good, especially with the shiitake mushrooms. It's kind of chunky. It almost feels like you're eating a stir fry. So I'll put it on the very good on rice category. Okay, that sums up the Lao Gan Ma chili oil universe. Now let's move on to the rest of the Lao Gan Ma products. Here we have 5 condiments, 2 hotpot bases, and 1 pickles. Let's go through them one by one. So this is 水豆豉, fermented soybean, salt and water and liquid. It's a very common type of fermented 豆豉, fermented soybeans in Southwest. And it's often used as a topping for 凉拌 dishes or a base for stir fry. So this is not meant to go on rice, but because it's used in 凉拌 dishes, so let's give it a go and see how it works. Nope. It's really, really salty. It's really salty. And I understand why it's on 凉拌 dishes because it really got a nice umami, but you really need to like dilute it with other stuff. So yeah, don't eat it straight on rice. No. Next up, 腐乳, fermented tofu. This is a classic to eat along rice, but it's also great with stir fries or dipping sauce. Now let's see how's the Lao Gan Ma version go on rice. Just a tiny bit. Yes, this one, it's 腐乳, it's fermented tofu. Of course, it's good with rice. So very good on rice category. That's a pretty decent 腐乳. So if you see it, you can totally buy it and use it as normal fermented tofu. And next, it's 香辣酱, spicy sauce. This is a mix of broad bean paste and sweet bean paste, and it seems to be a newer product that's developed by Lao Gan Ma, and it's supposed to be used in stir fries and braised. And Chris insists that this is a better Vegemite than Vegemite, and deeply believes that it's great on toast. So now it's my turn to try it. So I think it's pretty tasty, but it's a little bit dry somehow. Maybe it's the bread's problem because we're out of brioche bread. So I think it would be pretty good if you use it on some kind of like softer, buttery bread. Next, we are entering the fermented chili category. This is 糟辣椒 fermented chili sauce. In English, it's called Pickled Chili. This is the classic Guizhou sour fermented chili, and it's the base for the Guizhou 糟辣 fermented sour chili flavor profile. It's not supposed to eat directly on rice. You should use it in dishes like stir fries or braised. But let's just give it a go anyway. Okay, so you're not supposed to eat this on rice. But is it a good 糟辣椒? I'll say it's a pretty decent one. That like if you're not making yourself, then this will be a pretty decent product. The next, fermented chili sauce. This is the fermented tomato chili garlic sauce from Guizhou. It's a very classic condiment, and you can see it at the Anshun Guozhen, the small rice noodle rolls, and it's also a classic 凉拌 topping. Now let's give it a try on rice. This one's quite spicy, but it's also surprisingly pretty decent with rice. But it's a great condiment, and I think people can get it outside of China. If you saw it, just get it, try it. It's quite good, and it's good on many things. Finally, the one pickle we have, 香辣菜, spicy vegetables. This is spicy fermented mustard greens, and you can eat it as it is or put it on rice. Now let's give it a try. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so this one, it's pretty decent. It's pretty good with rice. It's not too spicy, and strangely reminds me a little bit of the Yunnan 酸盐菜, which is quite interesting. You can give it a try if you see it. Finally, our 2 hotpot bases, which we're not gonna put on rice directly. This is the Zhao La Jiao Hotpot Base, which is for the spicy and sour hot pot in Guizhou, Suan La Tang. That's very popular and we love it so much. So we're just so happy that Lao Gan Ma has it. And then the other one is豆豉Hotpot Base. This is usually fried with minced pork and then you add water or stock to make a hotpot base. And at the end of the meal, you ladle some of that spicy broth onto some white rice or cornmeal rice. It's just pure awesomeness. So this actually falls into like really good on rice category, but not directly. So right, this is a comprehensive look into the Lao Gan Ma universe. We hope this cleared the air a bit for you. And if you are curious, you can go to Lao Gan Ma's website and check out for more recipe ideas. Link in the description box. And of course, a big thank you for everyone that's supporting us on Patreon to buy that many Lao Gan Ma products. And don't forget to subscribe for more Chinese cooking videos.